This beer went from a special order for a Dia de los Muertos at a local event
to becoming one of the most in-demand beers around.
We wanted to know what all the hype was about, so we picked some up.
And now it's time for a tasting. And after we taste it, we give our rating
and let you know whether it's worth trying yourself. Right, Shane?
See. So keep watching this brewcast.
Beers to ya. Welcome to this Beer Guys TV brewcast from the studio in Glencoe, Minnesota. Greg Johnson, Shane Zeppelin, and we're just a couple of dead guys. We're not.
We're not yet.
No, we're still alive and kicking.
Yeah, exactly.
But we got a couple of dead guy ales here to talk about.
Yes.
And we're going to give this the old BGTV review here on this episode. And what's interesting about this beer from Rogue Brewing, Dead Guy Ale, is a Maibock, or is it Maibock?
Maibock.
May is what, M-A-I is German for May, right?
May, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So,
like the month before June.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
And we're going to be giving you our opinion of this, and we're also going to give it the Beer Guys TV rating of buy it, try it, or skip it. We'll do that a little bit later on. But we'll tell you all about this beer, some interesting stuff in the background, a little bit about Rogue Brewing as well. Right, Shane?
I'm messing with my phone over here. My phone just went blank, and the screen went blank on me, and we have notes on our phones, you know, so we could so we could talk sense.
At least you have an excuse.
So yeah, this is from Rogue Brewing.
Yep, out of Ashland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rogue does a lot of interesting beers, and
They do.
we did one. I think we did a podcast of it way early in our career days, and I don't remember what it was. Maple Bacon Voodoo Donut.
Oh yeah, that
Came
was
in a tall pink bottle.
Pink bottle. I remember that. That was a weird beer.
It was a weird
We
beer.
got what, donuts and what, maple,
Donuts?
what, bacon, what,
And I think that was our first foray into that
kind of exotics.
Yeah, where you could actually taste the maple and it tasted like a donut.
Yeah,
It was odd.
It was odd, but it was interesting.
Now there's all kinds of beers that taste like
no,
Snickers bars. And,
you got it. Pecans and salted nut rolls and
twin bangs.
Yeah, twin bang. It's all out there.
It's all out there.
But Rogue was very instrumental. They've been around since 1988. They started out of Ashland, Oregon, and then eventually expanded to Newport, Oregon as well. So, and what one thing interesting about Rogue is they've got a farm, and they grow a lot of their own hops, their own specialty varieties. They grow them right there in Oregon,
and their own malts.
Yeah, and they call them floor malts or something like that. But,
well, they malt them on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they grow their own grains, I guess, and then they malt their own.
So talk about having some grains. Yeah, no, that's a great way to have some control.
Sure.
Instead of just buying it and you get what you get. So hats off to them for doing that. But
yeah.
Well, this is a May or Maibock style ale, which most bocks are a lager type of beer. You're pouring for us.
Yeah, I'm going to pour for us and kind of get this thing roasting or going.
While you're pouring the Dead Guy, I'll tell you a little something about it. 6.8% on the ABV and 40 IBUs.
Wow.
Yeah. And they use Pearl and Sterling hops.
Okay.
Yep. And I think Munich malts maybe. Yeah. So there. Well, away off the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sir.
Typically, a Maibock is a lager.
Yeah.
And this is an ale.
What did I say? Did I say a lager?
No. You said it.
Okay.
But I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
You know, typically they're a lager and brewed with lager yeast, but this is kind of Rogue's, I don't know, variation.
Right. So first thing you think about is what? It's an ale. It's not supposed to be a lager, but so
on the can they say Dead Guy Ale is a Maibock-style ale with a robust malt profile and a.
I just put my glasses on too.
And what can I say? A sweetness that is balanced by the liberal use of bittering hops.
Okay.
Huh. So they've got a little, you can see on the back here, there's a little star, and then they have kind of malt, toppy, nutty, roast, and bitter.
So yeah,
Kind of
but
little.
we will be the judges of that.
We are judges.
That's
we're
right.
judging. We're judging this beer.
Yeah, is it really dead? No, there's some history behind why they made this beer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And what was the story? Why did they
Well,
come up with this? Because they got it seems kind of like like you'd see in one of those Mexican celebrations. You know, they got the
yes.
skulls and stuff like that.
Yep. And that's what this was originally brewed for. It was for I'm going to say this.
Well,
My Spanish is, I mean, not very fluent, but anyway. Dia de los Muertos.
He wrote it down so he wouldn't forget.
Yeah, Dia de los
Dia
Muertos.
de los Muertos. Muertos. How about that?
Which was it was a celebration at a Tex-Mex restaurant in Portland.
Oh, okay. So it was supposed to be just kind of a one-off, apparently.
It was supposed to be made for that event, but it was so popular. Well. Yeah. It's one of their mainstay beers.
Yeah, that comes in their coffin pack. They have a coffin pack, and it's got a variety of dead guy, because they got Dead Guy IPA and a Dead Guy Pilsner and things like that. But this one has been around for quite some time and has been very popular. So we thought we'd give it a try here on the old BGTV Brewcast. By the way, if you get a chance, hit that like button below here and subscribe to us as well. We sure appreciate that. And leave a comment.
Yeah, we answer all the comments. We'd love to have you just, hey, have you tried this beer? Yeah. Have you tried the Dead Guy? Or
have you tried anything from Rogue? Yeah.
Leave it in the comments and let us know.
Let us know, indeed. Well,
it's got a lovely aroma.
It does, doesn't it? I think, well, it's almost candy-ish.
And it's very floral, not very citric.
No.
Good maltiness too.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, if people say, well, how come I get this sometimes. People say, I watch your shows. Why do you guys sniff the beers? You really want to get your palate adjusted to that. And the best way to do that is through the old nasal passages.
Yeah. So your tongue can taste 4 flavors, right? Yep. Salty, sour, sweet, and umami. Right? Umami, which is savory.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making that up.
No, I wasn't out making that up.
Yo mama.
So your tongue gets those, but most of your taste of like nuances comes from your nasal passages.
Okay.
And so you want to kind of taste, smell the beer, get the aroma. That kind of gives your palate, this is what I'm about to taste. Now, we've had beer that tastes nothing like it smells.
Yep.
And vice versa. But in any case, that's why we do it.
Yeah, and when we've talked to some of the breweries and the bigger craft breweries, they said, yep, that's definitely important to get some good inhales through the nose, and it gets you kind of tuned into the beer. So,
and do the same thing with wines and, and even liqueurs.
Yeah, right, yep. Well, I think I'm going in.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm going to give this a try as well.
I like to kind of keep it in the mouth for a little bit, let the tongue get the flavors. Oh, interesting. Well, very smooth mouthfeel there.
Quite malty.
Yeah,
quite malty. But there is that bitterness.
Yeah. It kind of, especially on the back end.
Yeah,
and it's not off-putting, but it's there. Unlike some of the box, like the traditional box, doesn't seem to have a whole lot of that.
No, a
little bit, but not.
A traditional bock is more malt, and sweet. Not much for the hop.
Sure, right. Yeah, correct.
The Maibock it's kind of a variation of the German Helles.
Yeah, right.
And it's a lighter bock beer, so it's going to be a little bit lighter on the color, a little bit lighter on the maltiness, but it's going to give that more of a hop bite.
Exactly. I get a little bit of maybe I'd say a little caramely. Yeah.
I do get that toffee.
Yeah. Well, they had it on the can, but that doesn't always mean anything.
No.
But it actually does. Yeah, kind of come through a little bit.
Yep. It's kind of like an English toffee, like the middle part of a Heath bar.
Yeah. Yep.
But not as sweet.
Yep.
Kind of a darker caramely brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar. Yep. There you go. It does have the, like you said, lingering bitterness. It's got the maltiness. a little bit of nuttiness. I don't know. It's not, that's not overpowering. I don't.
Mm-mm.
Maybe is it maybe hazelnut? Maybe I don't know. I know you're not a
Yeah,
big hazelnut
I'm
fan,
not a hazelnut fan,
but yeah.
but I can see that. I mean, I'm trying to, I would maybe describe it more of a pecan.
Well, would you know?
Yeah, I would. A little more pecan.
Okay.
Not walnut,
Okay. You know,
but like
nope,
those
nope.
candied pecans, where they have the coating on them, sugar coating. A little bit more of that. That's maybe my nuttiness. That's the nuttiness I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm getting the nuttiness too, but it's right over here. Well, yeah. Interesting beer. Again, being it's kind of an offshoot of it's not a traditional Maibock at all, but by being an ale, but it's got Maibock properties to it, but yet it's kind of its own unique thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why it became so popular when they did that Mexican festival or whatever it was in Portland.
Yeah.
And probably it was something like, hey, that's different. We
Yeah.
like that. So, but
One thing that that you should do when you're drinking a beer like this that's more malty is you should let it warm up.
Yeah.
Let it warm up. Not too much. I mean, you don't want to have this
yeah,
super
no,
cold.
No, right. You don't. Yeah, don't.
And not as much as like a stout would be.
Correct.
But somewhere in between. But let it warm up a little bit because you're going to get more of those nuances of flavors.
Yeah, I agree. People a lot of times if they're new and just craft beers, they'll balk at that. Oh, warm up, huh? But trust me, you'll go, wow, look at all the flavors that come through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just again, not you don't want it room temperature a beer like this at all, but you definitely don't want it ice cold out of the fridge either.
No. There's a little bit of lacing on the glass here. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Just shows there's a little bit more sugars in there.
Yeah, or proteins as well.
Yeah.
So and yeah.
It's not totally clear. It's not too cloudy either.
No.
But yeah, there's some nice color.
Well, listen here, Mr. Dead Guy. What would the BeerGuyTV rating be on this for you? Buy it, try it, or skip it?
For me, this is one that I'm going to say this one might hit my top 10 list.
Really?
Yeah, this is a buy it. And we're going to do an episode one of these days about our top 10. What is my top 10 favorite? What's Greg's top 10 favorite?
Right.
Maybe some of the other
the other
crew,
cast
brew crew.
And yeah, the brew crew, yeah.
But this one is really good. I do like this one. I like the balance. I like the sweetness. I like box, but I also like the hoppy bite.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, buy it.
Okay, well, fair enough.
And you, sir?
Well, I'm going to go with a strong try it.
Okay.
I don't like it quite as well as you, but it's certainly worth. I wouldn't turn one down, and I would if they had it on tap somewhere, I would.
Oh,
definitely. That would be definitely a good one. So it's nothing wrong with this beer. I like it because it is unique. So I would say a strong try it for me. And so pretty good. I'll buy it and a strong try it. And hey, give it a shot. Good beer from Rogue Brewing out of Rogue Ales actually out of Ashland, Oregon. So again, 6.8 on the ABV, 40 IBUs. It's worth a shot. Give it a try. Let us know what you think.
If you like this video, check out one of these up here.
Do it.